Bacon Beats.
All right, folks. Episode 3, WandaVision. Let's go. All right, folks. Welcome back. Welcome to WandaVisionaries. This is our weekly after show recap show, and just to warn you guys, we're going to be going full spoilers. So anything goes. We're going to be recapping the episode. Oh, we got some tunnel sounds going on. There you go. Technical difficulties. There you go. The hell is that? Is Wanda fucking with the broadcast? She fucking with our reality. There you go. All right,
we're good.
Okay. little rumble. What the hell is that?
I think that's my mic stand. Better?
Okay. Yeah, there you go. All right. Wanda's fucking with the broadcast, man.
God damn it, Wanda.
Damn you, Wanda. Help me, Wanda. So, yeah.
It's doing that shit again? All right.
Don't touch it.
All right. It's position good.
All right. So this is our recap show. We go full spoilers. We talk about kind of go through the episode, kind of what we liked, what we didn't like. And we just kind of talk about the episode and we kind of speculate what's going to happen next. We want to see next. So, Nip, welcome back. How you doing?
What's up, man? I'm awake this morning. A little more awake than last week.
You keep saying that. One of these days you're gonna be full.
One of these days I'm gonna be fucking full awake. But we got to do this shit at 11 p.m. instead of 11 a.m.
Yeah. then people have moved on by that point, so it's no point.
Very true.
Yeah, people, it's a fickle society, man. You gotta get what they want right away. See, we already got one person waiting. Well, yeah, we here, man. We here, Big Leo 415.
That's funny because this guy's fucking late to every show we got. Is that the pot calling the kettle black?
There you go. All right, so we saw if you watched last week, we did this for episode 1 and 2 last week. Any of your thoughts changed from last week? We kind of had mixed feelings about last week's episode. I liked the second one more than I liked the first one. We had some issues with the kind of the pacing and kind of sticking to that world. I liked it more when the world was crumbling around and like more shit was revealed. So any thoughts changed from last week's episode?
Yeah, I'm liking it a little bit more. I think the pace has gotten a little bit better. You know, you're actually getting some storyline stuff. I mean, we talked about like the length of experience outside of the world being, under, from 2 to 5 minutes. This was even less than that.
Yeah,
probably like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But still, like you felt like the story's moving forward this time a little bit more. The babies came fast. That was weird. They were like, a day, half a day. They came 2 days, something like that.
It was going to take longer, but it would sped up the process pretty quick. So yeah,
and you get more of a glimpse into like Wanda, kind of being in control of some of the situation at least. With the fast forwarding, rewinding, and shit. Like,
yeah, for sure.
It was a much better episode than the first two, I think. I only watched it one time. I haven't got a chance to watch it again, but first watch, I was a little bit more impressed than the first go two go rounds.
Yeah, I kind of want to rewatch I kind of want to wait and watch these all at once. I think this will flow a lot better once they're all out and you kind of see where the story's going instead of like kind of being dropped in this world and not really being explained. Yeah, it was definitely kind of a mixed bag from a lot of people. Some people really loved it. Some people like, what the fuck is this? Like, I want some more of the mythology, more of the what's going on and stuff. So it was definitely divided from a lot of people. So I think understandably so, because this is definitely not a normal like TV show, and this is definitely not the normal MCU thing. So they're definitely trying some shit new, which I appreciate. You can't do the same shit over and over again. So, but I definitely like this episode a lot more. I think this is, like you said, they're opening up. They're kind of finding out more shit that's going on. The world's kind of more, getting more fleshed out. You're kind of seeing what the hell's going on in this world. So, yeah, I think this show is going to progress, and the more you see, the more better it's going to get for sure. So we're gonna start. I guess we'll start off kind of going through it real quick. Brady Bunch, kind of a Brady Bunch kind of opening, kind of like that early 70s, mid 70s kind of sitcom feel to the opening. A bunch of hexagons, which could mean a bunch of things. She has hex powers in the comics. The hexagon is like the aim symbol too. I talked about last week the beekeeper showing up, so it kind of looked kind of got that, kind of had that feel of that the aim soldier. So I don't know if they're bringing in aim, if that's a hint, but it's definitely some definitely. I think everything matters. Nothing's like by mistake or just a coincidence. I think everything that they do on this show is very methodical. So we got the credits, and we kind of jump into like the twin, her being pregnant. The last episode, the transition from the 60s sitcom to the 70s Brady Bunch kind of Partridge Family kind of sitcom vibe. So we kind of speed through the pregnancy. She kind of goes through all the sitcom tropes of the being pregnant and the doting father and all that stuff. So what'd you think of this the pregnancy, kind of going full swing with this pregnancy right away?
Yeah, it was cool. I'm glad they didn't like drag it out over a couple episodes. It's kind of good to just get those two characters into the universe, and then if they since they grew in the womb very fast, I'm guessing they're gonna grow outside very fast. So you're
Yeah.
probably gonna be looking at within 2 or 3 episodes are gonna be full grown. I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
I would say probably. I say they're going to cap them on teenagers because in the comics, of course, they're Wiccan and Speed in the comics. So I think they're gonna stop at teenagers, and that's where we're gonna leave them because I think they're setting up a Young Avengers movie. So I think that's what's gonna happen. Our Young Avengers TV show, because they're setting up a lot of these young characters. We got Stature and Ant-Man. What's it? His daughter is gonna be a Stature, and then we got some other characters showing up in different. We got Hawkeye, young Hawkeye. So I think we're going to definitely get a Young Avengers kind of thing coming up at some point. So they're definitely
what are the twins' powers in the comics exactly?
Wiccan, the one on the left, he's basically has his mother's kind of witch powers. And then I believe his name that's Tommy, and then she's the one that she mentioned when she gave birth to him. She's like, oh, he's very strong. He's pretty powerful magic user. So he's definitely very powerful magic user. And the other one, Speed.
So Quicksilver.
Basically, he has speed powers. And funny, in this episode, they showed Vision running around doing like at super speed, which they haven't really shown too much in the movies, him running around like that. So I think that's kind of hinting at the powers. So they'll have one has witch powers, Wiccan, and the other one is Speed, which has, of course, speed powers. So I think that's what they're setting up. They're definitely going to have their powers coming up. In the comic, when she pretty much willed these into existence. Of course, Vision is not human; he can't have kids. It kind of funny because they were arguing about the names, and she ends up having twins because they couldn't decide on the name. So I think she kind of willed that into existence. So in the comic, she was manipulated to bring these kids into the world because they wanted to possess. They wanted demons to possess these children. So they were like empty vessels for the children, for demons to possess them, since they're not actually real. I'm not sure if they're going to go that route, but it seems like they're going that route because it looks like a lot of hints are going to Mephisto, that this is going to be Mephisto is going to be the big bad, the big reveal. I think if it's not Mephisto, it's going to be a kind of like, okay, well, you guys set up as Mephisto. What do you think about that, man? Do you think they're going to follow the comics, or they're trying to demon possess these kids?
Yeah, I kind of think that they are. I didn't read the actual comics, but I've read stuff about them. Little summaries of the storyline, and talking to you broke some shit down. But I think that they're definitely leaning towards a similar fashion of the comic, MCU version of it. But I definitely, like I said in the first episode, I think it's Mephisto. I think we're definitely looking at Mephisto. Some of the stuff Agnes says is just like, pointing at that too. She was like, in this episode, she was like, yeah, my husband looks better in the dark or some shit like that.
Yeah. I caught that one too. Yeah.
And then I don't know if you noticed, I was looking at some other site. I don't remember which one. And they were pointing out that the little pendant she has on her neck, it looks like Mephisto. That little white pendant.
Yeah.
It looks like a figure of her. and Mephisto standing next to her.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's Mephisto.
I heard different theories on the pendant, but she in the comic Agatha Harkness, she does wear a pendant all the time. Just that's one of her character things. She has like a pendant. I believe it has some kind of significance, some kind of meaning too in the comic. So I think that definitely has something to do. Yeah, at this point, yeah, I think it's pretty much 100% that's Agatha Harkness because yeah, she has such a great tie to Scarlet Witch and Mephisto and all that stuff. So I think definitely we're going to see. Definitely, we're going to see that. Big Leo 415. It has to be Mephisto. Yeah, I think
It has to be Mephisto.
it has to it has to be Mephisto. Yeah, Big Leo. Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to Mephisto. I think it's definitely one of the big bads in the MCU. He has in the Marvel comic universe, anyways. So they're definitely going to have ties. Has ties to everyone. You know, he's beefed with the X-Men. He's beefed with Silver Surfer. He had ties to Thanos during the Infinity Gauntlet saga. So he's definitely a big bad and a big player in the Marvel universe. So it's definitely a big. That's a big villain to come in. Pretty much the devil.
Now, can you see him being like the big bad of everything?
I don't know about the big bad, but he's definitely gonna be somebody that's gonna be manipulating situations and kind of trying to weasel his way into certain situations and trying to make his move. He's pretty much the Marvel's devil. He's pretty much a devil. He's definitely gonna try to manipulate situations, kind of weasel his way. And there was also a hint of him in the Loki trailer. There was like a stained glass window showing.
I've seen that too. Yeah.
And so that he might have some ties to the Loki series too. So he's definitely going to be a big player coming up because they got a lot of shows coming out, a lot of shit. So they definitely need some more villains and getting the Fox and X-Men and Fantastic Four characters in. So they got a lot of villains to play with now because that's probably one of the biggest problems with the MCU. Is kind of like the lack of villains. They kind of used up all their best guys because they didn't really have too much. Because if you don't have the X-Men villains, you don't have the Fantastic Four villains. You're missing like probably the best villains out of the Marvel universe. So now they have them. Now they can like kind of sprinkle them all in. I'm definitely thinking this is going to be a villain heavy. Phases. The next couple phases are definitely going to be villain heavy for sure.
I'm just wondering how they're going to explain where he was because he's so powerful. You know, he's kind of such a powerful being.
I think he could have been there the whole time, man, just kind of manipulating situations. You know, the devil fucking, the devil waits his turn and bides his time. You know, he's, an immortal character. He can, wait thousands of years for him to make his move. And now he sees like kind of the world's kind of in shambles and this powerful being that can warp reality is, vulnerable and kind of going crazy. And she lost her, brother. She lost her love interest and now she's easily manipulated. So he probably saw his opportunity, like, all right, well, now I can fuck with her and do some things. So I think this is he just like the devil, man, waits for his opportunity. So I think that's what we're gonna see from this. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure. All right, all right, so we've seen a lot more the reality crumble around. Like you said, you saw the Vision starting to question like what's going on. And he questioned, she kind of rewound time a little bit and kind of reset. So she's definitely anybody that kind of questions what's going on, she kind of resets and kind of puts them in their place. Like, no, we're keeping this rod going. So what'd you think about that, man? Like kind of more the reality kind of crumbling now. We're getting a couple more answers.
Yeah, it was good. It's moving the show forward. You didn't want it to get stale with only like the sitcom vibe. I'm glad that they're kind of like they're throwing these little crumbs out there, and it's something. It's definitely entertaining now. It has like a weird vibe to it. It kind of reminds me of like Lost in some ways, like
Kind of, yeah.
how they kind of throw these little like thing. I just hope they explain more. They will. Marvel explains shit. They're not like
they don't leave
those other
too many hanging like
Lindelof and
yeah, we won't get into the ending of Lost. Hey, it's purgatory. Well, it's not purgatory. Oh, it's purgatory. Oh, great. So yeah, I think it's almost like got a Truman Show kind of vibe, like the Truman Show, like things started to happen, reality started to crumble, we started to question what was going on. So it definitely had that vibe for sure. Let's see. And we got Monica Rambeau. This was more a lot. It was a lot of her in this episode for sure. She shows up at the house, and she kind of you go through the classic sitcom, like trying to hide the pregnancy thing, and they start interacting. Actually, I thought that was a really good scene. Kind of the tension, like you kind of see her she notices the necklace on her, the sword necklace, and you can see she's not from this area. Even Agatha was telling, "Oh, she's not from here. She doesn't have a home.
That was interesting.
Don't trust her and all that." So she's definitely somebody that's come in and trying to infiltrate this world. And so I thought that was a great scene. Just her, like the tension, like the kind of the awkward, most awkward looking stork I've ever seen. Very bad,
fucking weird ass stork.
Yeah, very CG looking stork. Very, but I guess it's easier than using a real one. That's what do you think of that scene, man? With Rambeau coming in.
Yeah, it was cool because we know of her backstory a little bit, that she is a sword agent in the comics, correct? At one point,
I believe she is now. Yeah, I'm not sure what. Yeah, because she started off as Captain Marvel,
and then Photon she becomes.
She becomes Photon in the comic. Oh wait, I got she's a Photon in the comic right there. So she was in the original Secret Wars as Captain Marvel. She was a pretty big player for a minute. Then she kind of went away, and then she kind of had a resurgence the last couple of years.
What were her powers? Was she basically the same as Captain Marvel, or
it's more kind of energy based from what I remember. More kind of like she had like photon, like basically like more energy projection.
She could fly too.
I think it was almost like light based. Yeah, she could fly. She had like light based powers too.
No telekinetic anything.
Not that I remember. No. So I think, and this could be where she gains her powers. Maybe she
They're saying,
yeah, when Wanda boots her out of the thing. So she starts to question this reality, and she's like, kind of trying to. Wanda's like, "What the fuck? Who are you?" Like. And shit's starting to get a little more. You see shit starting to. In the trailer, you see her get booted too. You don't get to see her booted. So I'm thinking the next episode you'll see from that perspective how she gets thrown from the world. What'd you think of that part? Yeah, she gets the boot.
Yeah, it was good to see, like, finally see the outside world. At first, I was thinking, like, damn, did they kill her or what the hell? Like, did they want to just snap and kill her because they left it kind of like that? But then I was like, nah, we already seen in the trailers. She's around a little bit more. So that was cool to see the outside world finally. I wish she got a little bit more, like let her get a little dialogue off, but they're going for a super slow burn. I just hope it pays off, like I've said already. But it was good to see in this episode. Just a tiny glimpse was good,
Yeah, and I think we're going to see more next episode, and we're going to see like the next, because in the trailer they show more agents coming. They show that scene where she gets booted from the reality, and you kind of see the agents kind of swarm around her and stuff. So she was either she was put in there on purpose by Sword. So to try to
in Wanda and hers dialogue, she did mention Picho. That's what triggered Wanda. So I'm wondering now if Wanda's gonna add Pietro into the whatever, the dome or whatever the hell they're in.
That's my next note for sure. Yeah, she starts bringing up Pietro, and she starts kind of I had a brother, and she starts singing a Segovian lullaby to her kids and stuff too, and so she starts remembering her kid, and she brings up Rambeau brings up Ultron and says, "Oh, your brother, he was killed by Ultron," and that's when shit like started. Oh, okay, this is shit's going to go down. So I think she's definitely going to try and bring in Pietro. So I guess there's some spoilers. I guess I don't want to say spoiler, but some stuff has like kind of leaked out a little bit. That Quicksilver, Evan Peters has been cast in the role of Quicksilver. So we'll see if that comes to pass. Maybe she tries to bring back her Pietro, and she brings back him by accident, or she kind of brings back the wrong Pietro and kind of starts blending in realities and stuff too. So I think that's going to be something that's going to. So actually, kind of smart, because then you could bring in some of the better actors, some of the better people from the X-Men universe that X-Men movie universe, which is a super mess, which is all over the place. But I wouldn't mind seeing some of the characters kind of come in from that. Some of the actors come blend in, because if you could bring Michael Fassbender in as Magneto, who's probably the best part of those X-Men movies, bringing Fassbender has Magneto, has her true father, and has her. And bring in this Quicksilver, kind of blend realities, and kind of that's how you bring in the X-Men, certain X-Men characters. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I guess I just wasn't really a fan of most of the X-Men movies from Fox. There
Yeah,
was a couple they had a couple shining stars in there, but it was like few and far between. And like you said, it was kind of chaotic. The way the timelines are all kind of fucked up, and there's just kind of like chaos, I guess is how I describe it. So as far as actors go, yeah, the Magneto cat is good, and I guess the Professor X2 would be good.
yeah,
Um,
McAvoy, or
mhm,
yeah,
James McAvoy. The Quicksilver, I'm not feeling either type of way towards him. He's whatever. He's cool. He's not
yeah,
horrible. He's not great. I didn't like the other one too much either. He was just all right. So I'm good if he takes the other guy's spot. That's cool with me.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, as far as the other ones, I don't really think there's anybody else that kind of stands out to me. I don't think he should bring back Hugh Jackman as
yeah.
Wolverine.
I want to see him recast. I want to see him recast Wolverine for sure. Yeah, I think he's
So
good. He was fine as Wolverine, but he's never been like my true Wolverine to me, man. And
I'd
Wolverine's
like to
always,
see a better Jean Grey as well.
yeah. Sophie Turner wasn't great as I like
She
actually
was
like
okay.
she was okay. I like Ty Sheridan as Cyclops. I thought he did a good job, and the cat that played young Nightcrawler was all right. But yeah, I can do it out with most of the cast. Was kind of like whatever. You can definitely recast the rest of those. And
And
I
that's
think
cool because it's a multiverse of madness. It's heading towards multiverse of madness, so you could bring in shit 2 or 3 different
yeah, whoever you want.
universes and explain it that way. Oh, how come it's a different actor? Well, it's different. It's a
Yeah,
different version, slightly different version of that character. So I mean,
yeah,
that makes sense. It'll make
yeah.
sense. They could write it all in nicely.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. And I think that's what kind of like Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange 2 is going to kind of deal with, like kind of blending these realities and like kind of picking, like cherry picking some of the better things from the Fox universe that they can. Yeah, I definitely don't want a lot of it, but if you can bring it about, 3 or 4 actors from that universe and kind of reset the rest of it, and kind of it'll make sense, like you said. This is a multiverse. This is what they've been planning. So I think they're going to kind of blend some of the realities for sure. All right, and then we'll see what else. And I guess we got to talk about the commercial too. There was another commercial. This is what was it? Hydra Soak.
Hydra Soak.
Hydra Soak. So yeah, the first one was the Stark toaster that was kind of making the sounds of the bomb from Age of Ultron. Kind of that started their story arc with Quicksilver and Wanda. And then the second one was the Strucker watch, made by Hydra. They had the little Hydra symbol, and so this one was Hydra Soak. So it's the same actors in every commercial, and I read a couple theories that it might be her parents that she's imagining like this in the commercials. So
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
it's the same woman and man in the commercials, kind of the same actors in the commercials. So the theory is that might be her parents, and so maybe her parents were lying to her that they weren't her real parents. They kind of adopted them.
Imposters.
Yeah, and so they were set there by Hydra or implanted by Hydra to kind of like because if you remember from Age of Ultron, Strucker is the one that kind of gave them their powers with the stone,
Mm-hmm.
and the same stone that of course brought Vision to life. So it's all kind of connected, and I think it's going to be revealed that they already had the powers and they were just unlocked. And there's been a mutant gene this whole time, and it's been kind of locked away, and the stone kind of released that, and that's where you're going to see mutants starting to pop up. So yeah, what do you think of that?
Yeah, no, I like that. That sounds like a great theory. I didn't think of that. Could possibly be her parents. So I like that. I think that
Yeah,
that works. And it's a way to get Magneto in there and explain some of this stuff that's going to be happening in the near future. So I'm down with that. I think that's a good way. I hope they go that route.
yeah,
I hope they
I
do.
hope so too. I really hope they're Magneto's or their parents, because that was such a cool thing in the comic. Like reading that story, like them being revealed as Magneto's kids, and they've tried to retcon that in the comics recently when they didn't have the rights to the Fox X-Men characters. They were trying to push the Inhumans a bunch with that horrible Inhuman show that no one watched. So they were trying to push the Inhumans as the new X-Men, but no one gave a fuck. Inhumans kind of suck as characters. I'm not a big fan of the Inhumans.
Somebody said that there was a black bolt symbol on the bed or something. One of the beds in this show.
Oh, really?
I didn't catch it myself.
I didn't catch that at all. No.
I don't see what they wouldn't bring them in here. I doubt it. That would make no sense.
And they do have ties to the Inhumans, like especially Pietro. He actually married Crystal from the Inhumans, and they actually had a kid in the comics. So yeah, they do have ties to the Inhumans. Yeah, I'm definitely They got to find a better way to bring in the Inhumans for sure because they in that TV show looked horrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, I couldn't even watch it.
Terrible.
Terrible. All right. So we get. Looks like we're probably gonna get what the '80s next. We're gonna maybe get the late '70s, early '80s sitcom vibe next episode.
I'd say '80s. They're gonna do '80s. They'll probably do like a Family Ties type of thing, or
Family Ties, Growing Pains.
Growing Pains.
Yeah. So we're definitely gonna see that. Probably see the kids has like 8-year-old. Are we getting the Halloween episode? Is that going to be the?
That should be the '80s, I would guess.
You would think, right? Because it had an '80s kind of Stranger Things kind of.
And that's the '80s where they had those designs we have in the background as their costumes. Those the '80s, right?
Old school costumes. Yeah, I can't wait.
That makes sense. I think that's Halloween.
Yeah, I like the way she looks in her classic costume. I like that costume a lot. So that's awesome. Here we got a couple more comics. Big Leo. Let's see. Big Leo.
So how many?
Mephisto.
Leo. I'll say it after.
Pulling hella strings
and shit.
It's pretty much the show's name. It's WandaVision, which is far from reality for her. Yeah. There you go. Good points, Big Leo 415.
I was gonna say, how many decades are there? They started in the 50s, right? Is it gonna be a decade per episode? So 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and then 2020. Yeah, so basically
every episode is gonna be a decade, like a decade of sitcoms, and then
maybe the last episode will be something different.
I think the last two are just gonna be story like outside.
Oh, it's 10 or 9.
I think it's 9 actually. Yeah, 9. So
so maybe the last one will be something else.
Well, the first one 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Yeah, 7 decades, and then the last two 8, 9 will probably be like more story outside of the bubble, so to speak. So that's probably what it's going to be. I hope it gets like the sitcom trope thing gets shorter and shorter. I want to see more of the outside world. I think we talked about that last episode. I kind of want to see them jump. I want to see like I'll 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes of sitcom world, whatever, and then 20 minutes of like what's actually going on. So I hope we see more and more of that. I think we're going to see more of the world crumbling around more quicker and more shit going down for sure.
I was reading some stuff too last night, and I think it was I think they said that the actress of Monica Rambeau was saying that I'm pretty sure it was her. They're saying that after episode 4, it kind of shifts the tone in the show.
Oh, really?
So it's, I'm pretty sure it was her. It was late night. I was up, fucking around. So I'm pretty sure they said it was her.
Late night message boards, man. I think I think we're gonna see some new shit for sure. I think we're gonna see more reveals. I think that I kind of wish they released these 2 a week instead of the 1.
I wish they released them all at once for this series. Shit, so you can get to the big to the stuff.
Yeah,
or at least 4 at a time would be good.
Yeah, 2 or 3, 2 at a time, I think would be good. I think an hour of this every week would be good, But it's smart for them. It's kind of a smart release schedule for them because you get to kind of sit on it for a week and kind of think about it, and it's kind of a good model because a lot of shit gets released like on binge, and like it gets released one weekend and people are over it by Monday and they're moved on to the next thing. So this is like with the Mandalorian, you get to think about it for a week and kind of get to sit with it for a week and kind of anticipate the next episode and talk about it. And it's the words out there for longer than just one weekend. So it's a smart move, but it's kind of frustrating because you want to see what happens next, which is, I guess, a good thing too, because you want to see where it's going. So definitely going to stick around for this. I think it definitely has some potential to be some cool shit.
I'm definitely more on the positive side this week. As opposed to last week. I think it's taken some turns in the right direction, and we're getting getting more glimpses, better glimpses, and they were talking Agnes again was saying when she was talking to that Herb guy and Vision, she said something, or they were about to say that I think that they're all dead, right? That's what they were getting at.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe she
She's
killed
like,
them
we're
all.
all when they were talking about Monica, when they're talking about Monica Rambo's characters, they were like Geraldine's. Everybody else here is, and then it got cut off. I'm pretty sure they were gonna say dead.
Dead or dreaming, or
Yeah,
or in a trance or some shit. Yeah, yeah. So that could be, it could be a thing. It could be like where she created this world and kind of killed all these
well,
people by
I
accident.
think I think Wanda is the only one alive there. That's my guess.
Yeah,
Everybody else there is dead because Vision is dead, right?
yeah.
Vision's dead.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's a good question too. What do you think is going to happen to Vision at the end of this, man? Do you think Vision's going to be he's going to be live? He's going to be brought back somehow? Are they going to hint at maybe there's a chance for him to be resurrected, or is this like he's going to die all over again at the end of the series?
I'm not sure what happened in the comics.
He's been brought back a few times. Like I remember he died one time, and then he came back as the white. Remember, he was white, all white in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
comics at one point. Yeah, he came back kind of like he kind of lost some of his soul, because in the comic he was an android. He kind of got he was the original Human Torch's body from the 40s. There was an android, and they used that body in like the essence of Wonder Man. Simon Williams kind of got put into him, so that's how he came about in the comics.
I'm guessing if I had to make a guess, I would pick that he dies again, and
Mm.
that's what sets her off and it leads into the multiverse of madness thing. She goes even crazier and fucks more shit up.
Mhm.
I think that would make sense, and then you know, then you could bring in Doctor Strange to help
Kind of
calm her down and solve this shit. I
Mhm.
think that makes the most sense.
Bringing in a man to calm down a crazy woman, huh? Yeah, that's how
And you know, you've
Write
had
your
enough
letters to Marvel.
you've had enough happy endings with Marvel. I think the only like sad one was the end of what was that? Infinity War.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was a
Other
great.
than that, they've all been pretty happy. So I think it kind of makes more sense to go with the sad, bad ending.
Yeah,
Stephen King type shit.
there's some tragic shit that happens to these characters, and that's kind of how you build this universe. Bad shit happens to these guys. That's what, just like the real world. Not everything gets satisfactory ending. Shit happens, bad things happen. So
COVID happens.
yeah, COVID happens. Yeah. All right. So overall, what'd you give the episode?
This one, I think I gave the last ones 5. I think first episode I gave 5. Second episode I gave 6. So I'll go with the 6.5, 7. On the high end, I guess I'll go 7. I'll give them
Yeah.
7's fair.
Yeah, I like this one a lot more for sure. Yeah, I think I gave probably like a half point higher than you last week. So yeah, I'll probably give him seven on this one, Brian. Like a low, probably low sevens. But sevens with potential to be a lot. I think this is gonna, like, once we watch this over again, like from the beginning with all the episodes, I think it's gonna be a different story and a better story once you watch them all together.
This episode seems short too. It didn't seem that long.
Those fucking credits at the end are fucking annoying, man. I hate those long ass credits at the
I wonder
end.
how long the episode was.
I think it was 33
25
minutes. It's 33 minutes total, but it was like, what, 6 minutes of credits? So
Yeah, so it was about 26, 27 minutes maybe.
yeah, it feels short.
It fell short. It fell short.
Yeah, I'm always thinking, oh, we got a bunch of time left. No, it's those fucking longest credits ever. Shit. Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was a fun episode. I think can't wait to see what the next episode brings us, and hopefully we see some more. The more reality crumbling around is what I want to see for sure. All right. So any other thoughts before we get out of here?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything. Let me think. Anything off the top of my head?
Yeah.
No, just waiting for next week. Hopefully, we get some sort of bigger reveal of what's going on.
Yeah, I think we'll get some big stuff happening next episode. Yeah, that's episode 4 next week. So yeah, I think we're gonna get some big 4. This is towards the middle of the series, so I think we kind of got all the what's going on. I think we're gonna get some big reveals next week.
Yeah, even though screen time wise, I don't think we're gonna get more time. I think their reveals are gonna get bigger and bigger each time. So I'm still guessing like 2 to 5 minutes. Yeah. Maybe take the under, maybe under 2 minutes. This episode was under 30 seconds, maybe.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
Probably 20.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think I wouldn't be surprised we get kind of we get more, because they left it with a good cliffhanger in the real world, so we're definitely going to see some more of that. And they showed in the trailer. There's more of that in the trailer, so we'll definitely see from another perspective how she got booted and what happened after the fact. So we're
And like you said, I think that we're looking at the Halloween episode next. I think that'll be the '80s episode, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. I kind of got that vibe from it too. It looked kind of 80s.
ET, some ET type.
Yeah,
you have a Yoda running around or something.
home.
Bernie Sanders is gonna appear, I'm sure, somewhere in there.
The Barry Sanders meme. Yeah, it's fucking taking over the world. All right, cool. All right, well, we want to shout out the big gold dirty bastards in the back right there.
Yes. Working on some designs, fucking around.
Yeah, so tell about the show.
Yeah, so Gold Dirty Bastards is a place you can come watch us, talk shit to each other, have some fun about sports. We do a little bit of movies and shows. We don't do it as in depth as the SF comic book company, but we fuck around in there, and we get these guys on there. Ray Doomzilla comes on, as well as Max Effort Grayson. It's just a good time talking shit with our buddies and breaking down sports from a different perspective. We don't pander to the East Coast. I guess we're a little West Coast biased, but it's good for a change, because
a little balance.
Bring some balance to the force.
There you
go. But yeah, just come check us out. We have a YouTube channel. It's Gold Dirty Bastards with a Z. Just search that up. You can also find us on Instagram, Gold Dirty Bastards with a Z. So check us out. And this is our cousin show, so we're all intertwined.
Cousin. So yeah, see, warping reality already. Look at, goddamn it, Wanda. Yeah, check us out, SF Comic Co. Check out, like and subscribe to the video if you've been watching this. Appreciate the likes, appreciate the subscribe and comments. What did you like about the episode? Come check us out every Friday about 11 o'clock. Well, hopefully we'll try to stick to that time to keep it going, keep it consistent. Get
some coffee.
And check out our weekly show on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. SF Company Hour. Basically, we just have fun talking all the geek news. We do top 5 lists and kind of just talk all the general geek news that comes out: comics, TVs, toys, video games, just whatever geek stuff speaks to us that week. So come check us out on that.
Are we gonna get Cobra Kai on SF Comic Company?
We gotta do a spoiler review on that one, man. We gotta definitely have a spoiler review for that. Yeah, we got open forum for that one. So yeah, go check that out every week. Like I said, like and subscribe and check us out and watch out for more WandaVisionaries every Friday about 11 o'clock. All right, let's get out of here. And all right, Nip,
I'm out.
All right, peace.
Let me disappear into the Matrix.